With winter weather moving in, it might surprise you to learn that this is a great time of year for bird watching. With winter weather moving in, like I said, it might surprise you that it's time for bird watching. Join us now is Kate Foley, a third grade teacher at St. Paul's Episcopal School in Oakland, where she leads students on an ornithological adventure. I'm very proud I was able to say that word. Thank you so much for joining us. And first off, tell us about what you're leading these kids out to do, because this is real science. You're getting these kids out bird watching and conducting real science with these students.
Yes, it is. And so this project has been going on at our school for over 30 years. And we go every 2 weeks out to Lake Merritt and we do a bird census. The third graders, I challenge them to find 10 different species of birds as we're walking. That's sort of the initial phase of the project, and we tally the birds that we see. And in the classroom, we're learning how to identify birds. So bird watching is very complicated in some ways, and so the kids learn probably better than I do about color pattern, the size and shape of birds, some of the bird calls, but not many, of course, because we're in the city. But we do learn how to identify the birds, and we go out to the lake and we walk the same route every time, and we tally how many birds that we see. And it's just a fascinating project that I feel encourages them to be citizen scientists. And when we come back to the classroom after the walk, we use an app called EBird that you could get if you wanted to.
Well, I wanted to get into that because you go out and you look for these birds, but then you report, importantly, what you find, which helps researchers, right?
Right. So that's the fascinating part is we come back to the classroom and you go onto your eBird account and you see all the possible birds that you could see. And we mark down how many we saw on our walk, and we get a printout of it. And so the kids and I can look at trends that we see. And the app is out of the University of Cornell Lab of Ornithology. And so if they're tracking what we put in the app. And so if they see something abnormal, they let us know. So that's kind of interesting for the kids to know about, and I just think it's really important for them to learn about citizen scientists.
And that's that's absolutely something I wanted to get into with you in just a sec. But first, I wanted to say that I think for a lot of people, they'd be surprised to learn that Lake Merritt is this bird watching paradise, because I think it's in this dense urban environment, and people might not realize that it is still very much a part of nature. Can you explain the role that Lake Merritt plays, especially with migratory birds, right?
Yes, it's an amazing, very important role, because when you use the app, for example, you pull down a menu to show where you're walking that day. And Lake Merritt's on there as a hotspot, it's actually called. And so it has been designated that because of all the different types of birds. And so it's really important. It's the oldest wildlife sanctuary actually in the country.
Is it like a little layover spot that we'll see those migratory birds will come, and it's a freshwater, it's a source of fresh water, so maybe we'll see some freshwater birds land there for a little bit and then take off and move south? Is that generally what the pattern is?
And that's really fun for the kids as well, because eventually the students pick a bird to study and count. And so we have these wintering birds that come in, and we don't really see them until now, December and January. You could probably go out now and see them, but they're not there in the fall and they're not there in the spring. And so for some of the students, they're waiting the whole first semester to see their bird. But they come.
Very briefly, just wondering, what's the most unbelievable bird you've seen? Is there any unusual ones? Just pick one bird that you can think of, or one or two that.
Well, I think the official bird of Oakland is the black-crowned night heron, and so we see those, although the numbers have really been declining. So we often see maybe two. Last time we walked, which was 2 weeks ago, we saw a huge black-crowned night heron perched out on the trees.
Well, And I love the idea that you're creating citizen scientists, like you said, kids who maybe ornithology is not going to be their thing, but they'll be interested in natural sciences, which is fantastic.
Yes.
Kate Foley from St. Paul's Episcopal School in Oakland, thank you so much for joining us, and thanks for making sure people have maybe a new hobby for the new year.
Yes, thank you for having me.